Who pays for logos anymore? I sure don't. I used to spend 50 bucks on Fiverr for every single logo I would need, whether client or myself. Not anymore. I got AI, and AI can do a pretty awesome job. So it's a three-step process. In this video, I'm going to show you two different AI platforms to come up with color schemes, and then an AI platform to actually create the visual, and then how to fine tune it. So let's dive in. The first one is ChatGPT. I created this prompt. Now, all this background stuff about married, 3 kids, German Shepherd, interested in adventure and travel and all that. I just thought that would be interesting to provide a little background about the person, because that might make a difference. It might inform the AI as to some color scheme that's going to resonate with the person. So I thought it'd be fun to do that. It's not necessary. You could keep it really simple and just let ChatGPT come up with the numbers. But I thought, or the colors, I just thought this would be a little bit more fun to do. So you could play around with that for sure. Now, here's what we did. We put that in there. Here's what we got. We got 5 grids, and they go horizontal across. So my favorite is this Modern Craftsman. I always like a little dash of color. It would be this one, or this one might be a little bit too bold for me. These two are too bold. They're a little too neutral, a little too neutral. I like this. I think this has promise. So I'm going to go with that. So you can see here we get the different colors with the hex codes. We're going to need those hex codes. We're going to go for the Modern Craftsman. We take this, we copy this, we go to our visual creator, and that is Ideogram. All right, now I've already loaded this in here. We've got this in here. Now, in fact, I did do a run here, and this was the first batch that came up. And this is definitely workable, although I'm going to tweak the prompt so that the text is left aligned. But if I had to choose any of these, I would probably go here. Now, the other option you might consider is making it a white background in case you have that, because if this is your logo and you have a white background website, that's going to stick out quite a bit. Okay, so probably a safe bet is to go white background. So let's let that run there. And while we're doing that, while we're waiting there, let's dive into Claude, because I gave the same prompt to Claude. And it presents a little bit differently, and we only got 3 colors per. I could have specified more colors. I only said 5 color scheme combinations. I didn't ask for 5 colors per. So you could probably do most branding with 3 colors, no problem. And we've got a little bit different here. I like Claude. Claude is interesting. Claude is verbose, okay? ChatGPT is the succinct brevity version of AI. And Claude is verbose, long in the tooth, loves to talk, loves to write, and it always gives more information than you ever bargained for. In fact, I find myself asking Claude to be succinct and get to the point quicker often, but sometimes I just let her rip and see what it has to say. So Claude is even justifying a different colors here, which is kind of interesting. And here we go. So if I had to pick one of these, I would probably go with the first one. I'm thinking overall ChatGPT did a nicer job. I don't feel like I'm just going to copy these colors there, and we're going to go to Ideogram. Let's see what it came up with. Okay, so far we came up with, it didn't left align it all that well. That's not the end of the world. We can fix that in Canva, so I'm not too concerned about that. We did say white background, but it didn't do a terrific job with that. But I do like, for instance, this and this. These are simpler. We can easily remove and make a transparent background. This is nice too. We got literally 3 workable logos right here. This one's a bit of a problem with this bottom blue thing. I'm not sure how that's going to work on a website if this is the only portion with the blue. Obviously, you can redesign your site so it'll match up, but that's a lot more work. So I would realistically go with one of these 2, which works. Now let's swap out the Claude colors, and let's see what that does. And then we're done. So let's download this one. That's really straightforward. You know, simple logos are often the best. Here we go. We got some more here. I'm liking these. It didn't follow the instructions for white background, which is no good. I am going to go with, I like this. This is simple. This is whimsical. That will work. And what's really nice, once you have your color schemes set out, then you can go ahead and have your whole site built that way, your letterhead, whatever else, your email signatures, everything else. You got your color scheme. You can finish up the entire rebranding from there. All right, so we have our 2 logos that we're going to play with. we are going to upload them into Canva here. There we go. So what I did here is I got a Canva project here, 200 pixels by 75. Now it's really small, but that's a standard logo size I use for websites. For WordPress, I just upload it, and usually that's a size that works well. So we're going to put this in here because we're going to remove that background, and we're going to get this a little bit more left aligned. So we could go like this, go like that. We might make it a little bit bigger. I'd probably do. I might even crop some of this border and make it even so there's not so much space above and below. But we want to remove the background. Boom, there's logo number 1, and it's done. We can do the same here. That looks decent. And background removal. We should probably remove that one. And there we go. We've got logo number 2. You could easily chop this up if you wanted to do a square for an icon for your site or for social media profile. You could just chop this up in Canva, and you could put this up top and put your little mountain squiggle above the lettering or below the lettering, and you'd create a square type portfolio or profile image. And you could easily do the same with this one here, and you would be done. So we basically got our rebranding done with AI, right from A to Z, for getting a new logo and then new profile imagery and the whole 9 yards in seconds for peanuts, thanks to AI. Thanks for watching.